What if everything you know is just the tutorial level? No, seriously. What if reality, your job, your taxes, your awkward conversations at weddings, is just the shallow end of an ocean you were never taught to swim in? Relax. I'm not here to sell you a cult starter pack or a robe with your name embroidered in Latin. I'm just here to ask one question. What's hiding behind the curtain of reality? And why do we pretend it's not there? Because whether you call it Maya, the Matrix, the veil, or just that weird feeling you get when a déjà vu hits while you're holding a toaster, something isn't quite right. In this video, we're diving headfirst into that uncomfortable hunch you've always had, that life is a little too choreographed, that there's more, way more, than what our eyes and algorithms are showing us. And if you've ever looked up at the stars and thought, yeah, this can't be all there is, then congratulations. You've already peeked through the veil. Let's rip it wide open. Let's cut to the chase. Are you living in a simulation? Relax. Not the Matrix kind with pills and trench coats, though that would explain some Mondays. We're talking about a mental, cultural, even spiritual simulation. A reality filtered, edited, and installed from the moment you were born. Most people go through life believing what they see, hear, and touch is all there is. But scientists, yeah, the same ones still baffled by why cats only meow when they feel like it, say we perceive less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. That means 99% of reality is literally invisible to us. Yet somehow we still think we've got it all figured out. Ancient religions called it Maya, the veil of illusion, like a poorly configured Google Translate of existence. Ever had déjà vu or felt like time paused for no reason? Those are cracks in the system, little bugs in the code. But here's the weirdest part. Everyone feels it and just keeps going. Buys bread, pays bills, posts motivational quotes, and forgets. But what if the veil between worlds isn't just a metaphor? What if that filter exists to keep us ignorant, comfortable, and obedient? Spoiler, you didn't choose this program. So here's the million-dollar question. Will you stay on autopilot? Or try to see beyond? Imagine the universe is a theater. You're in the audience watching the show. Lights, drama, laughter, life. But what if you stepped backstage and realized the play is only a fraction of what's really going on? That's exactly what esoteric traditions try to do. Pull back the curtain of reality. Hermetic philosophy says the veil hides parallel realities, planes of consciousness, beings vibrating on frequencies we can't yet perceive. This isn't sci-fi with rubber aliens, it's metaphysics. It's what the ancients knew, and what the algorithms now suppress. The veil is symbolic. It separates the physical world, what we see, from the spiritual, what we don't. But it's not a brick wall. It's more like smoke. Thick for the asleep, thin for the awakened. Accounts from shamans, monks, and near-death experiencers tell of a moment of rupture, where perception shifts, symbols appear, words are heard without ears, knowledge arrives unspoken, as if a higher intelligence is whispering you're remembering. And guess what? That intelligence doesn't have a YouTube channel, but it knows more about you than your phone ever will. That's why so many cultures revered the veil. It's not just a barrier, it's an invitation to remember who you were before the name, the body, and the Wi-Fi password. You still want to keep going? Because from here on, there's no turning back. Now that you know the veil exists, the real question is, who put it there? And what's the game? Some say it's a product of the mind. Others, the boldest mystics, say it was engineered by conscious entities who knew exactly what they were doing. Call them archons, demiurges, or, in modern terms, the programmers of the simulation. Yes, you heard that right. For many, the universe is a spiritual sandbox. And you? You're the avatar realizing you're inside a game. But why hide the truth? Simple. Power. He who controls perception controls reality. And if you discover you're not just flesh and taxes, but a being connected to the source, who could possibly control you after that? Who could sell you dopamine pills when you meditate and see the universe blink back? The veil is both prison and protection. Because some truths, let's be honest, are like acid mirrors. They show you everything, but they burn. The veil separates the ignorant from the initiated, the sleeper from the lucid dreamer. Still want to cross? The next door only opens for those who ask and are ready to lose the world they knew. Some say the veil is delicate like silk, but truth is, sometimes it tears like wet paper, and you're not ready. It's rarely dramatic, no cosmic trumpets or floating angels. It shows up as that creepy déjà vu where everything feels rehearsed, a sudden unease with normal, like life turned into bad theater. Your belief system's falling apart like a sandcastle during high tide. You're not crazy. You're waking up. People report vivid dreams, visions, strange synchronicities, seeing the same number everywhere, meeting people who feel destined. Some even feel physical changes, insomnia, heightened sensitivity, even a dislike for certain tech. The body reacts because the soul is finally speaking up. But the clearest sign? You start questioning everything, and that old line, ignorance is bliss, starts sounding more like a curse. Breaking through the veil feels like being born again. It hurts, it shakes you, but it frees you. And the weirdest part? Once you see, you can't unsee. So, what happens when the veil is fully gone? Let's go to the final chapter. Imagine crossing the veil and realizing that everything you called reality was just a poorly cut trailer for a cosmic film that actually makes sense. The other side of the veil isn't a place. It's a state of awareness. Time isn't a line, it's a spiral. Death isn't the end, it's a hallway. And the you thought you were, just one of many versions. This truth, it's intoxicating. Not because it's fantasy, but because it's too simple for the ego to accept. The ego loves complexity, titles, and labels. The spirit? Silence. Meaning. On the other side, you realize everything is connected. Yes, even your annoying Uncle Pain has a purpose. Sometimes, it's the trigger. Love isn't a feeling, it's architecture. So why doesn't anyone tell you this? Because those who control the curtains don't want you to see the whole stage. Fear is easier to sell than consciousness. Awakening is dangerous for those who profit from your distraction. But here we are. You saw the veil, maybe even felt it rip. Now the choice is yours. Go back to the comfort of forgetting, or step forward into the sacred unknown. As one old hidden manuscript once said, "He who dares to see will never sleep the same again." What if all those coincidences were really messages? What if this very video was just another whisper from the other side? You're not here by accident. Ordinary people don't watch things like this. They're out there scrolling memes and debating if Paul McCartney died in 1966. You're here because something inside you already knows. And that's what scares the system the most. Awakened souls don't follow orders. So next time you feel there's something more, trust it. Question, observe, breathe. Because maybe, just maybe, you're not discovering this now. You're remembering. If this resonated with you, know this. You are not alone. Our digital temple is here for those who seek what the world hides. Like, share, subscribe, but above all, stay awake. See you on the other side.